Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Intellectual Radio. Glad to be here. This is Mark on the Mark. We've been going for. I'm really glad that I've had time to really comb Chicago a little bit and look at what's going on in the sports world, and then just look at what's going on in people's lives. And I want to touch on a few things doing this show, and I hope you like them. And then let me say, by the way, that I've been really monitoring all my fans that come see me on Facebook Live, and I really, really appreciate you, because we've been getting, back and forth in some real touchy subjects, not just sports subjects, true life subjects. I got a few friends who have different struggles with their family and life things, and I just want to let you know I've been communicating back with you, and I'm with you, and I'm not a personality that doesn't, say hello back to you. So I'm here, and we're gonna have a great time today. And I got a new sponsor here. Here he is. It's Total Life Changes. Actually, it's a great company. It's probably one of the few things that I've taken that works. I think maybe about 6 months ago, I was like 80 pounds heavier.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, I was a big boy.
When I saw him, I was like,
yeah, big boy, huh?
I said, damn, man. Hey, dude, you remember when I saw you come out the
Too
crib?
big, huh?
Because you was
big. I lost weight.
Yeah, I was like, damn, G, you lost weight, man.
Yeah.
Because you was coming to the game, you a big boy.
Yeah, okay. That's
you
enough.
were laboring.
Okay, that's enough.
No,
I was.
Man, you look great, man. You was back to your playing style.
It's I have to give it. I'm be 100 with you. It's totally called for the tea. Total Life Changes. The tea is great. They got a supplement, a few other supplements that are great, but we'll get it to you. You'll be able to get me and inbox me. But
what's the website, Mark? They got a website?
I'll get them. You guys inbox me, or come.
Inbox
you know
direct.
what to do, and I'll send all the information to you, and we'll get it done that way. But I looked at all the messages that I got this week, and I really think that I want to kind of answer and dig into some of the questions I got. I want to dig into some of them, and some of them are just keep coming back and forth. And one of the big ones I want to start off with is that people are wondering why my jersey isn't retired in Dallas. In Dallas. And yeah.
Only one person got better numbers, and he was there 20 years. It took him 20 years to get better numbers. Wow.
Well, but he can go.
Yeah, but it took him 20 years. Give you 20 years, he couldn't have coached. What's his name? Say his name.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I like Dirk, man.
He the only one got better numbers than Mark Aguirre at Dallas.
He's a good guy.
And he's a Hall of Fame. He's going to be a Hall of Fame, and Mark is going to be a Hall of Fame soon. But we just want his name, want your jersey raised to the rafters.
Yeah, and
Mike Kelly.
Mike
man,
Kelly.
Mike, man.
Where you at, man?
Mike Kelly, we got to give you some love.
Hey,
man.
And I got the information on your little one today, man. He has a kid, man, that has a few health issues, and I got your video, man, and it touched my heart. And like I say, I was in the hospital for a long time, and I touched my heart, and I want prayers and everyone to really surround you, man, because you've been there and you're a good guy. But I look at that jersey thing, I kind of look at it sometime with being not upset, but sometimes almost being embarrassed.
How the hell?
It's because when people ask me that, and they ask me that, they said they almost assume that it's there already, and that's the funny part about it, is that when they said okay, and then I look at the face, I look at all the messages, they say
everybody's saying,
are you kidding? Your jersey is not retired. And I was like,
who up there right now?
They have
D Hart,
Derek Harper, Brad Davis, Rolando Blackman, I think it is. Yeah, those are the guys that they have up there. And
Rolando Blackie, man.
But it's
I like Rolando though. He hit the first free throws and start game playing with Magic that year.
Listen, I'm not gonna take anything from you. You know how I am.
But he couldn't get out with you though, big fella.
But
I'm sorry.
But I'm just saying.
I know, man. I know you shoot shot.
Not the fact. I understand. I totally understand why that would be asked. I don't know why it's not there. I don't know why it's not there. But the thing is that it's almost embarrassing, man.
Well, imagine how they feel though.
I don't know.
Because somebody asking them every time, like, why Mark jersey up there?
It's almost embarrassing.
Dude, you know they asking them people. And Mark Cuban, man, I know you know, man, dude, come on, Mark.
You know,
come on, man. You a great owner, dude. This man right here put up numbers over there.
It's almost embarrassing, you know, because when I look at Dallas, I know, and I don't think of, you know, my name going down in Dallas. I think about the best small forwards in the league. I don't think of myself as in the worrying about. Yeah, I don't. You know, I my conversation is that how did you compare with Bird? Those are the conversations that most people come with. How did you compare with Bird? How did you
nasty,
compare? How did you? That's what they talk about.
They compare against Larry Legend.
Yeah, they want to know how
because imagine if you'd have played with McHale now.
Look, let me tell you, Larry Legend. All you know, you can do it what you want to do. Larry Legend is Cole. You know, hey, you know, I'm 100, I'm 100, I'm 100, I'm 100, I'm 100. Larry Legend is cold. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You know what? One thing I love about you, man, you respect those guys, man. You're not no hater.
But then I'm gonna tell you the real though.
Mike is great, but
I'm gonna tell you the real though. You know, you got some guys that, you know, they say is all of this and all of that, and they're not.
They're not.
You know, they are not. They're okay.
Right.
You know, we had a conversation today, you know, and we'll go back to the jersey thing. But I had a conversation with today, and we talked about Kevin Durant and LeBron James. And I was telling him that as of this day today, when I look at a player, I would have to give the best player in the NBA to a LeBron James.
You better give it to Mr. Versatility, man.
I have, but what I'm saying is that on top of that deal, when you look at a straight killer, Kevin Durant's a straight killer.
He was shooting that ball from half court.
Listen, when it came down to it, and I really respect what Curry them did, they said, listen, the game 3 in Cleveland.
We was in the cigar bar. He was
in Cleveland, and you see the offense went to, okay, you the carrier, I'm coming to you. So he's a killer, you know, and when we talk about that, I don't put everybody in that category. I can't put everybody in that category.
Man, you know, we both can agree to disagree. Yeah, KD is a killer, but there's an asterisk by that to some degree because he did leave OKC after he got his ass whooped by them.
Yeah, that's true.
So you would have never did that.
That
would you have went to the Bulls after they swept y'all?
Ain't no way.
That's all I want to know. Would you have went to play with Pip and Mike Mill?
I can't do that.
All right, then, man. All right, then. So let's not get too.
But what I'm saying, is that I think things are a little deeper than actual basketball with that. Okay. So I think things are a little deeper. So,
yeah, it was business.
Yeah, it was business, but then I think it was I think there was a little tough relationship thing going on with he and Westbrook.
If Westbrook and him would have had the relationship you and Isaiah would have had, they ran the table.
No, we ran the table. Hey, listen, I really appreciate you guys. Here we are, IntellectualRadio.com. This is my home. This is where we're coming out of. I really wish you guys were going to call in. It's 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953.
Call in at 9:30 though, because I want to talk to Mark a little longer.
He want to hog up all the time, man. Man, you can't hog.
He called me all the time. I be like, wait, look, I've been sleeping in every day. Mark like, man, you ain't woke yet. I be up at 4:30. I've been sleeping in. My wife at Essence Fest. I'm like, oh man, I got the king size to myself.
You got to get up though, man.
Yeah, I know.
You got to get up.
But I go to bed at 2:30 and wake up at 8. That's 6 hours. See, right?
Well, whatever you're trying to do, man, but you got to get up. You know, hey, another thing I want to touch on is that people been hitting about is DePaul University. I can't escape it. I really can't escape it.
Yeah, man, that elephant in the room with you with the jersey and the Raptors at Dallas and that DePaul.
But see, that's another thing I can't escape. I think just what happened to DePaul. And then I really want to go back and that I had a great week where I actually was in a meeting with all of the top coaches in Chicagoland area. And when I say all of them, I do mean all of them. And so, you know, I wanted to sit down and pick their brain. And then, you know, I really wanted to actually schedule them to be on the show. Mm-hmm. So we can actually, you know, get it out in open. Get in deep about
what's going on. They need to be a frat.
But what let me tell you about them, though, is that, you know, from the underlying number is that what had happened in the past, they ain't feeling DePaul. I mean, I'm not gonna say who and what coaches, man. They just not feeling it, Paul, and that shocked me, man. You know what I'm saying is that I don't know what happened.
You know what? You shouldn't be really shocked because there's nobody over there identifiable that's in the streets of Chicago. Like if you're from Chicago, you need to have a resident within that's moving around out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody knows who the coach. Like you might know the coach's name,
right.
But like that's only because you old school and you've been around that. But like I wouldn't know him if I seen him.
Right.
Well, like, I know the Nick Irvins of the world and all them boys in the streets. I know them dudes. Them right. I know all of them. And it's a change of the guard, Mark.
Well, I can understand change the guard, young boys. I can understand change the guard. But look, what I'm saying is that me personally, I know Dave Lato. I know him, and I know him as being a fair, good man. That's why I know him.
This is second stint, though.
But I haven't jumped into him about his coaching style or anything. I'm not putting that
on
the
coaching style.
But what gets me is that when you talk about recruiting, is that there's something, some gloves, some smoke screen, something is the relationship with Chicago and DePaul.
It sucks.
It's severed. It's totally severed,
dude. I think I think your generation when you played for Ray Meyer, and when Quentin them played for Trey Deal, because that was Trey Deal team. No matter who was the coach, Trey Deal was the assistant coach there. He the one that got Bobby and them there.
He was the assistant coach.
He was the one that got Bobby and Paul and all.
But just take that and just
but that was the last generation of real.
Just take that in a nutshell. That they're saying that every time that they were able to recruit successfully out of Chicago, they were successful.
Yep.
So now
DePaul, y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do.
You can't recreate it now. I mean, you can't. You don't have to recreate it. So when I look at it, what was the issue? You know, what's the issue? Why kids can't come to DePaul University?
Can I add to that, Big Mark?
Well, I want to know why.
I'm gonna tell you why, man. And I'm gonna tell you.
Are you sure you know why?
I know why.
Everybody guess and tell me why. Then you the magic man with the answers. Give me why. He is the magic man with the answers. Here he is, magic man with the answers. Okay.
They didn't keep you on board. They didn't give you a job in there. They didn't give Terry Cummings a job in there. They didn't keep Teddy Grubbs and Skip Dillon, all of those guys. That's history, man. George Mikan. Wasn't he there at DePaul?
Yeah, George Mikan was
there. I mean, they didn't take care of y'all. Like, you don't need nobody to take care of you, but keep y'all around the program. You know, like the Dukies in North Carolina, all those players still be having jobs around there.
True.
Mike ain't left North Carolina yet. His black ass still there. Jackie's still there.
And Mike comes back too.
And Mike at the football game giving away stuff.
Yeah, Mike comes back.
Drunk ass
Mike. I can't say that you're wrong in that.
I'm right, Mark. If you were still that dude.
Well, let me tell you. Well, let me tell you what it does, though. You know, and this is for everybody listen to the show. And this is kind of simple to look at. Is that if you have a relationship with, say, any type of business, and you continue to give them business, they rely on you regardless of what, and they're loyal to you. And I think the loyalty for Chicago just ended.
Read that. Well, somebody else just asked that question. I could not believe.
Okay, I'm still on DePaul, but we're going to get to say, did Adrian Dantley get a ring after they traded him from Detroit? Who is this? Kwame Moore? Are you keeping up with basketball, man? Kwame, come on, man. Go to Google and get that.
The AD didn't get a ring once they got him up out of there.
Okay. Well, it didn't happen there, baby. But so all I'm saying is that, you know, you were successful in doing that. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you're successful in doing something, why change it? You know, and that was your core bread and butter to be able to say, I can always have a great program with my relationship with Chicago. I mean, with the schools and with the people in Chicago. So now, you talk about anybody, Quentin. You talk about
Quentin
Richards. You talk about name me another one from Chicago.
Bobby Simmons.
So to have those guys
around
extends your relationship with the Chicagoland area.
Y'all
people like you better.
Imagine if they kept them.
Had Jabari,
y'all had Jabari, Jaleel.
That other
you'd
kid.
have had D-Rose, because all them came after the fact.
But what I'm saying is that they're all friends.
Yeah.
Their moms are friends. Their cousins are friends.
Man.
So, if there was anything that I would say is that, and I've been up to DePaul, and matter of fact, I went back to DePaul and got my degree just so if
they wouldn't be able to say that.
No, I mean, if that job was at a position where I could get it, I would coach there. I would absolutely love to.
You deserve that job,
but I can't say that. It's
not for you to say I'm a fan. Let me say it.
Okay, but all I'm saying is that I bleed Chicago. I think everybody know now because I've been to every gym you can name in Chicago, and I travel back and forth, to be here and do the things that I do. But and answering the questions about that, and you guys' question about that, that's the problem. I even heard at one time. And
so you agree with me that they're not keeping y'all in, you, Paul.
I think that
keeping y'all a part of the program.
But I think
in
that
the gym with them
but
boys,
that connects
man.
you. That I agree with. That connects you to Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. So you agreeing with me then?
Yeah, that connects you with Chicago.
So
I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying, man. Most of those programs in the South. Well, I ain't gonna say most of them, but the Dukies and the North Carolina program.
But put it like this. Is that, let's say, like we were talking a second ago, say they do, Bobby saying, hey, let me do this, IntellectualRadio.com, because I'm going on, IntellectualRadio.com, call in 708-223-8953. But
we got 9:30 call
what
in,
I'm saying,
I'm still talking tomorrow.
Okay, whatever that is. So all I'm saying is that if Bobby's a guy that was successful from here, every coach respect that. He played for you at DePaul. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about the job now. I'm just talking about what it brings. And the fact that every mom, little kid that's growing up have seen Bobby play. Now, all of a sudden, that's Bobby Simmons. I know him. And now he's at DePaul University. You have a really good chance, a direct end of getting that kid. So when I look at the staff now, there's some, I can't say they're not good people, they're not good players, but there's not a connection of that level
to the streets.
It was
to the streets,
but no, not to the streets, because they got a guy in there from Chicago. I think
Garrett, Billy Garrett.
No, it's another jump. But anyway, they were part of Chicago, but they weren't Bobby Simmons. Somebody who was on the floor. Somebody who was on the floor. Let me finish. Somebody who was on the floor for you, giving blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, so I just think that in terms, because I'm just trying to get to the nitty gritty of some of your questions. Okay, I mean that's the way I see it. I'm 100.
Could you imagine if they brought you,
I'm 100.
Bobby Simmons, Quentin Richardson, Paul McPherson?
Well, you get everybody.
I mean, from the DePaul era,
you get everybody
to be a part of the organization.
No,
put them on payroll.
No, well, you got see. Stop going there.
Want the money, but
stop
put them on the payroll if you're gonna work.
Going there. I'm just saying.
Okay, I won't say.
Let's stop going there. All I'm saying.
They're paying them other ones.
Yeah, I mean, we know if they're there, they got to pay them.
But imagine if them young boys coming in and playing against y'all.
But what I'm saying is that. But the thing is that they're going to have a grip on Chicago because all the coaches, they want him in their gym. They want them to come to their thing. The moms that have seen them, saying, I used to watch him play. What is that little kid going to say? What is that kid going to say? So,
I want to go one step further. Go ahead, big dog.
No, go ahead. What you said?
Everybody come to our AAU open when it's live period. All the coaches come here to get our kids.
They come and get them too.
So if everybody coming to Chicago to get our kids to hoop, why not stay at home?
Let me drop one thing, and I can't verify this, and I've heard it 100 times and 1,000 times, and I can't verify anything at all. I was told that during Joey Meyer's tenure as head coach, he had an issue with some of the coaches here or some riff with thing. I don't know.
But some of that stuff got to be buried, big dog. It's been. I know what you're saying too, because the knock on Chicago is, man, the coaches are crooked and they might be underlined and all this stuff.
Oh, stop that.
But no, I'm telling you,
you got crooked across the country. So don't be just pulling out Chicago.
If we have Jabari, we got Jaleel Okafor. We got Livingston, the kid.
I like
you just had Kendrick Nunn, from Simeon.
Yeah.
I mean, you just had the young boy that was in the Final Four for Lola.
Right.
11. Can we stay at home?
Well, what I'm saying is that you say, can we stay at home? But there has to be preparation set before they get to be a senior. You know what I'm saying? And before they get to be a senior, they know the DePaul players. I mean, I don't know how many DePaul players they know now. But
it's got it.
I
haven't talked to Marcus Liberty in a while, but we used to talk often about that.
Right.
And him being able to go over to Illinois, and him and Kenny Battle and Irvin Small and all of them be the recruiters for Illinois. They were the flying Illini. Why not be able for them to recruit kids? Illinois refused to keep our players involved in the programs, and that's why we struggle. We have one national champion in the history of Illinois, and that's Loyola. And 3?
Wow. That's crazy.
All this talent since 63. I hope every administrator that's in charge of recruiting and that's in charge of basketball in Chicago see this.
Hey, IntellectualRadio.com. Here we are, IntellectualRadio.com.
Y'all got to get
708-223-8953.
Corey Maggette, man, all these boys from here.
Well,
to the league killing.
Oh, good. Well, I wanted to touch on that, because I'm trying to really use this time wisely.
Okay,
I see you getting a little salty.
Yeah, I don't like that, man.
I really want to touch on that.
I would much rather you come to my son game recruiting. If I'm going watching you, hey, boy, you got game. I don't want a little Lilliputian watching this kid. Good stuff, Mark.
Yeah, these are just things. I mean, you guys are actually fueling my conversations with you, and I really love the way you chime in. And I read everything. He knows I read everything. He finds me up at 3 in the morning. I'm reading stuff. Both I'm reading. He say, I saw you on reading and posting late last night. So
Mark's sick with it right now.
No,
man.
I'm saying is that I know. Listen, I'm in it 100, and I know that. And forgive me, you guys look at me, and thank you for it. This, pro athlete and world champion, and I am that. But the other side of me is that I set a goal to achieve something, and I really want to achieve cleaning anything up that I can clean up for you that you don't know about. So when I read a lot of things at night, it ignites me, saying, "Wow, I can't believe that that they don't understand it and it's not clear." And that makes me engage. And I thank you for engaging me like that. And I love doing it.
And to add to that, big fella, the only NBA player online right now, communicating with people real time. Well, big fella, he the only one you can find that 2-time world champ did this thing, and you can reach out to him.
No,
rest of y'all dudes.
Well, you can get to me. You can
get to Mark, man.
And that thing I want to do is I want to talk about the NCAA here for a minute, okay? And basically about the way they set rules, and let's just go there. So let's talk about the on-court rules. We got an on-court rule. They initiated this thing. Everybody went to an AAU game, and then after the game, you see all the kids get in line and they shake hands, and that's supposed to be sportsmanship, right?
I don't like that.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. But in the AAU games, they allow the going up and making a basket and doing they allow you to make a basket. If a kid's laying on the ground, they walk over them. And when they do all of these things, man, these things start confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's heckling.
Whatever it is, it's they allow them to do it and start confrontation. And my issue is that if you're going to try to make that type of game, a sportsmanship game like that, then even the sportsmanship that happens after the game, you're going to have to enforce things that happening during the game.
Well, so first of all, man, just to add to that, you got renter refs. You got the worst referee in the state in the world right now. They need to send these refs back to school and get some license to understand how to referee games. Because, man, dudes is missing stuff. I be there. You be there, too.
Well, see, that's why I'm saying is that the NCAA is where these kids are going. AAU is the place that they're, get their, craft together, if you want to say. But now, if you want that better product to come to the NCAA, you should, NCAA and AAU, just from a standpoint of coming together and being able to start some type of committee, some type of thing that betters both of them. The conduct on the floor. And they call us they call us the bad boys, and we were the guys that were fighting and all that kind of thing, right?
Y'all wasn't fighting.
Okay,
was
but
bullies.
No, but what I'm saying is that it's great that they curtail that, because nobody want to be hurt, but it was done by the league over the entire span, everybody. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So now, as AAU, I went to a game and I saw a brawl. I saw families coming out of the stands.
You did, Mom?
Oh my goodness, it was embarrassing. I saw, things that are embarrassing to basketball and things that are being said across the court, but either it's you have someone there, you set rules on them, or some people can't hold games. Some people cannot hold games if they can't control things that are going on. You just can't have it. It's a bad look.
I want to add to that, Big Mark. Growing up hooping in the streets, and you hooped in the streets.
All right?
I'm watching your comments. I'm just following your comments.
Okay.
So I'm live watching you. So
yeah, I'm
following your live stream.
That's a good thing.
But like when we was growing up, there was nobody out there in the street to break a fight up. So people knew how to harness their behavior. Like
Pretty
your mom
much.
and them wasn't there.
No, you got into it. It was going all the way.
It was going all the way. So you knew how to harness that stuff.
Yeah.
Now everybody want to be tough because they got auntie and all them in the stand. So Mark, I think the problem starts with basketball. The problem with basketball right now is there's not a genuine love for it with these young boys because they can pay to play. As opposed when we grew up, you had to play to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and you made it to the league.
I understand that. I totally understand that.
I've been in games. I had to look. I'm in Michigan with my son Kobe playing, and it's this shorty. He don't like my son Kobe so much because Kobe talk trash. He like his daddy. What the hell? He gonna talk trash. But just because Kobe giving you that work, you're not finna put your hands on him.
Right.
So he fouled Kobe 2 times hard, and I say, all right, that's enough, ref, man. You got to call that. He damn near laid Kobe out. I'm in Michigan. I don't care who in the building. I stand up in front of the whole crowd. Hey, man, y'all better get control of this.
See, now you the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you the problem.
I'm the problem because if you hurt my kid, I got to pay that high doctor bill.
Now you the problem.
The ref looked at me like, you're right. I know I'm right. Y'all scared of the Michigan people. You need to be scared of me.
See, you the problem, so we got to get you out the gym. You got to go. We got to get you out.
Yeah,
okay.
Man, I had to stand up and voice my
Hey,
opinion.
IntellectualRadio.com. The number is 708-223-8953. And I really like, again, thank my sponsor, TLC, Total Life Changes. This is a product that, like I say, it works for me. And you really should check it out. Like I say, your inbox, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch with this product. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is that I got a lot of things back from people who are looking at the NBA. They're looking at the NBA, and they're looking at it in terms of saying that the super teams, the super teams, and why do guys, you touched on a little bit about what Durant did, and you're talking about why do guys go from, here to there, super teams and things like that. I look at it like this, is that if you were, I don't know, if you was if you wrote code for a company, and you were excelling at your craft, but this is a small company, all right? And then all of a sudden you get the Facebook to come say, look, we hollering at you, but we already the big boys. You might as well work on the big boys. Okay. From a smart business standpoint, from a business decision, I'm playing with the winners, the big boys, and I'm going to win, and it's going to increase my,
overall business profile.
It's going to increase everything,
Right.
So I don't fault him for that. But when you take the scenario like we discussed Durant, he was already. Give me another. Who's a competitor or doing the same business at Facebook? Well, not quite, but
you're talking about that
I mean,
got a big social media platform.
Or a big social media or a big.
Well, you had Steve Jobs.
Okay, so we're talking about any technology company. Let's put it like a technology company.
Silicon Valley.
So if I'm second to them, and I'm Durant, and I had Golden State down 3-1. Was it 3-1?
Yeah, but Westbrook judged.
Well, hold on. Well, he had him down 3-1, and then lost to him, but then went to Golden State. So I think there's something else involved in that, but that would be a hard decision to go from number 2 to number 1, and I just lost to number 1. But the other way, I don't think it's a bad thing.
It's not that bad of an idea.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Because if the opportunities, it was kind of like, in the beginning, for me, I was like, damn, he did that. But they made it where it was possible for him to make the same money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I wasn't looking at the money side.
Because I'm always looking at the money side of it, because I'm not like Paul George. He didn't leave OKC because he didn't want to leave $40 million on the table.
No, Carl George.
You don't leave $40 million on the table.
He wasn't going to do that.
Why would you leave $40 million on the table for a championship?
You're not gonna leave.
I wouldn't give a damn, boy. I never won a championship. I'm not leaving $40 million on the table, Mark Wire. And I love you to death, man.
I understand.
I wouldn't have played hey, look, if I was playing for Sacramento Kings and you was in the league, you say, man, you my boy, come on over here. We're gonna win the championship with the Pistons. But
ain't nobody gonna do that.
I'm not leaving.
But that's a different story. Ain't nobody gonna do that, But this is a different story. Kevin Durant was in a different.
Some people do it though.
Kevin was in a different situation like that. He was in a different situation.
Yeah, because they could pay him the same thing as his team was paying. Right?
That's a different situation.
So it was a win-win. Like, KD, if I'd have left, I would have did the same damn thing. Because Westbrook, man, I love you, man, but here.
Oh, I ain't going there. I'm not going.
You love Westbrook, though.
Hey, IntellectualRadio.com.
Mark love Westbrook.
708-223-8953. And I just, I'm really trying to touch on these and get to them before, our hour is up. What you got right there?
Somebody asked me, Donnell Brown say, they need you, Big Mark, to coach a low post game to them cats in the NBA. Too many threes now. What do you say to that?
Darnell, is it?
Donnell Brown.
Hey, Darnell, how you doing, man? Well, really what I want to say is that, when you look at the game in the NBA and you look at the playoffs now, let's talk about looking at the playoffs now. The pick and roll in the post game does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to do is create a double team so that you start that chain reaction of swing the ball for all you listeners and viewers that understand what I'm saying. If you have a dominant low post player, you have to double team them, and it causes the swing. That means you come, somebody doubles, you swing it, and you get a shot on the other side.
Open guy.
On the other side. So you are absolutely correct, and you see during the playoffs, what happens is they create a mismatch, and you noticed in the Cleveland series, they tried to get LeBron switched off to Curry, and LeBron's not going to beat Curry off the dribble, but he would kind of take him to the mid post. Somebody would double, or he could go to the basket. So when you look at straight post up guys, you don't see too many the straight post up guy, but I do think at one point that value is going to show itself again to have a post up guy, but it achieves the same goal, and in the playoffs you see more post ups than you do in the regular season. So I hope that answers your question.
The high screen and roll, the game is so fast right now. And we know, I know from experience, game is evolution now. It's evolution.
It goes back, yeah.
It always goes back.
It always goes back.
Because you remember small
pick and roll in the game since
Moby Dick was a legend.
And they're going to go back to post. They're going to go back to pin downs. As a matter of fact, now they do pick and roll pin downs. And when I say pin downs for you guys that don't understand, that's after the pick and roll, the guy that pick and rolls or the weak side guy, when that guy helps, he pins down on the first guy down. So if you're helping the roller, that guy becomes open.
That's free game, man.
I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit about it.
Hey, boy, that's free right there, Mark. You got to make them pay for that one, big dog.
Hey,
okay, you got another question.
Question,
Mark. Unfortunately, our guy Tracy Dildy was let go over at Chicago State back in March. I heard that you would consider taking that head coaching job. Is that accurate at all? That's from Joe Smith.
Hey, Joe. Okay, I pride myself on this show and keeping it 100. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Is that, first of all, I think all you guys that have been with me since I started this, I don't think there's a question of you understand my love and dedication towards Chicago. And I went and got my degree and made sure I went back to school to get my degree because, something to do. It's not something I needed or, but that was to actually coach college basketball. And I have been fortunate enough to be offered from quite a few places, and I appreciate what they've done.
You guys say their name?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I know you said it to me off the record. I
have told you, but I'm not going to do that. But I want to coach here. And
you should.
I did put my name in a hat after I talked to the new AD for the Chicago State coach. But Zurich. But they haven't chosen one yet.
No, they haven't picked anybody yet. So you might still get that gig.
Well, you know what? I know that's a tough one.
Dude, Chicago you can turn it around though, Mark, because all it is habit. Well, and we become creatures of habit.
But I just love coaching.
Yeah. Because you're a pro and you competed at a high level, you can show these guys habits, man. Because winning is a habit.
Winning is a habit. But you know what it is, though, man? When you look at basketball, you have to look at it kind of beyond basketball. I look at it in the terms of saying that I want you to have a total college experience, meaning this is that I want you to come to school, understand what basketball is, and then understand where your future is so far as the vastness of our world.
Yeah.
Not just, I
told my sons that the other night. I said, dude, basketball is such a small fragment of it.
But I want them to know how to monitor it and how to nurture it and how to measure it and
be more.
Yeah, I want them to. And now you have a total athlete,
person, business
student,
of it. Yeah,
athlete, student experience.
Yeah,
they have the whole thing, and that's what's beautiful about it. When you say, "I went to the school," I enjoyed my time being there. I learned a lot. I did a lot of other stuff, but my experience was great. And that's gonna involve. That's
gonna shape you, man.
What is it? I mean, because when you're recruiting, you recruit a guy you want the talent, but you want to recruit an individual that is committed to being, everything. When I look at, I think one is, I can just say, well, he was everything. When I look at Okafor. Okafor was an excellent student, and you got some kids that are in the public school system that are not incredible athletes, but they're good athletes and they're good enough to play, but they're good kids all around, Right. So I want them to have. I
love Okafor.
I want them to have a good college experience.
That's
I want the star. I want the star, but the star is gonna have to understand how to have a good college experience too.
First of all, man, a star ain't nothing but a role player on the next level.
Well,
how many kids you seen be the shit in high school, get to college, be like,
I ain't talking about that. IntellectualRadio.com. IntellectualRadio.com.
Put that tombstone by me.
708-223-8953.
I got another question for you, big dog.
Okay.
Somebody asked you. Tony Dismute. He said, Mark, where can I send a copy of my book, Game 7? I would love for you to have it. Where can he send a copy of his book?
I think if you're doing that, you can reach me and I will find.
Email?
No, all he had to do is
Can he email it to you?
he can inbox it, can
Oh, you can inbox him on Facebook.
he? Can he?
Can you inbox? Can you inbox him? Tony?
Yeah, I think he can do that. I think he's a friend of mine on.
Okay.
You know, if not, tell him he's on yours, right? So he can.
He's on yours. I'm on your live stream, big dog.
Oh, so he can inbox me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, we'll find out. Game 7. Hey, it better be good. Cause if not, when I come back next week, I'm gonna let you know. Yeah,
and you know what, man? Mark, sometimes he's a nice guy, but if your offense ain't moving the ball, he gonna light it up. He gonna light his fireworks with it.
It better be for real. It better be for real. Hey, we moving in on it. Like I say, IntellectualRadio.com, and I want to introduce you to my sponsor again, TLC, Total Life Changes, and please, you can inbox me on that also. If you want to really try, this product, let me know. You can get to me. You guys know I answer everything,
But let's talk about this new thing you're doing with the cigar bar, big dog.
Oh, cigar bar.
Big dog.
Okay.
What you finna do? You finna be the Anthony Bourdain of the cigar bar.
No, really, what I want to do is, I want to, I'm a fan of, great cigars. And
he ain't say good cigars.
Well, and what I want to do is basically, with Intellectual Radio being a part of all my shows, I want to kind of take it on the road. I want to take it out there so I can get out into different places in the cities. And since I love cigars, I'm going to go places in the cities where I'm going to tell you where I'm at during that week. My sponsor, who will be sponsoring it, be TLC. They'll sponsor it, and I can get out and create this show inside the cigar bar and let you guys ask me questions. Because I get so many questions that I want to answer. And I answer some, and some I can't get to. I try to stay up and do them all, but man, I can't. But I'm going to allow people that attend the cigar bar to be able to sit in the audience and ask questions, and I think by that time I'll have my it's called Be Live. We've been working on it here. Well, I'll have my guest also wherever he is over the country on the screen, and you can also ask us both questions. So look for that. I hope they announce that. All you guys that are my friends, and you'll know that I'll be taking Intellectual Radio and Mark on the Mark. Along with TLC out in the cigar bars throughout the Chicagoland area.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I know.
Because I know since I'm with Mark, I get to smoke good cigars. I won't be smoking those stale ones.
Get out of here.
You like that? I'm like stale as hell. My man Mark.
I just want to. I mean, we're rolling in on it about 5 or 6 minutes.
I got another question for you. Though.
Okay,
you got a chance to answer.
Go ahead. Let's drop that one real quick.
Okay,
who is it?
Andre Ali. Was the small forward position in the NBA 80s the best position from Sweet Georgia Browns with your jersey on? I'm Afro from Sweet Georgia Browns with your jersey on.
You got my jersey on?
His name is Afro.
Oh, you got to be cold to wear 24, baby.
You and Reggie Theus?
No, he don't get that 20. He don't get to the cold. He was nice. You got to be cold to wear 24. Are you kidding me? Me, Moses Malone, Kobe Bryant,
Kobe 2
hold it. You gotta be cold to wear 24.
24 with that number too.
Hey, 24.
What's that number?
24.
It was heavy. And you put it on. You got to put it carry the team on your shoulder.
But he said, "What about the best two positions during the '80s?" Well,
he said, was the small forward position in the '80s best position?
The small forward and the two guard were the carry positions. If you didn't have them, you didn't win no titles.
Right.
Because if you look at them over the period of time, all the teams that got to
the won the whole damn
chip, they had, put it this way, a guard and a 3.
Right, they can score that.
Yeah, and then but if you had a 4-2, that took you over the hump.
Okay.
Because if you look at the Lakers, you had Magic, you had Kareem. Yeah, but I'm saying,
yeah, that was
you know what I'm saying. Okay, if you look at the Sixers at that time, you had Doc, Modi, and then you had Mo Cheeks.
AD,
Andrew Toney. If you look at the Boston Celtics, you had Larry. You had Larry Legend.
I got a picture with you, God Larry. You look like a little boy.
I love God Larry.
Man, it was 6.
Larry's 6'9".
I got a picture with you,
Don't
God.
call me no little boy, man. I was straight gangster. What you talking about?
You was a little boy now.
Yeah,
I know you was there, but
listen.
looking over you like, man.
I had to guard him, but did you see him?
He couldn't guard you.
Did you see him guard me?
No, Larry didn't play D.
Did you see him guard me? So now,
no, I know you was a better offensive player.
But
most.
You look at all of the teams during that era; those were two positions you had to win at. Right. And if you didn't have a cold small forward, if you look, Dominique was deep in the playoffs. Larry was deep in the playoffs. New York was in the deep playoffs with Bernard King.
Y'all was the best four ever in the 80s.
Yeah, well, but do you have a small forward? Even AD, I'll give him credit. I'm not taking away from his game. He was there. You find another team that
was he later on with y'all?
No, he was with the Utah Jazz, but he was a power forward, but he still was that forward.
Right, he was.
You had to have one. So if that answers your question, then I hope that.
I mean, you talking about Bernard King, Larry Bird. Man, I don't even want it. What I gotta do? Take it out and give it to you all the damn time?
No, well, you had to do your job. Hey, I want to touch on one thing, and I hope I can. I hope you can understand this. Is that a lot of times people talk about the superstars, and then they talk about guys who trash talk. What is this? Somebody got another one.
That's Mike Kelly.
It says, Mark, my glasses messed up. What is it?
He said, Mark, is it true you introduced Mark Cuban to Don Carter? And if so, introduced him to me, and all your jerseys will be raised. Start the movement, radio, social media, and
Mike is trying to get my jersey retired.
Mike Kelly,
appreciate you, man. Well, yeah, I was a part of the front office team when they sold the team to
to Don Mark Cuban.
It wasn't Mark Cuban. Before that, it was Perot.
Oh, right.
They sold to his son Perot, and I was on that group, and I knew we had a conversation, and he was okay with it, but he was actually willing to sell off parts of it to the team, and I knew Mark. So, and Mark has said this publicly. I kind of brokered the relationship with Ross Perot Jr. to Mark Cuban to buy the Mavericks. So Mark, I started that chain for Mark to buy the Mavericks. Look. Let me drop it to you like this. I understand Cuban's the owner, but let me tell you, just from me to you, if Cuban was a jerk, I would tell you, Cuban's a cool guy, man. I don't know if they go through committee to do that. I don't know what it is. And Mark's not a guy who says, I'm king and I'll just say what I want. He's not going to do that.
He's an owner, player, coach.
Yeah, but he's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy. And I know that he wouldn't be the one that would be negative about, no, not after our relationship. No. It wouldn't be like that. So I don't know if it was something with the old regime that says, don't retire his jersey. I don't know what it would be.
2019 is your year, big
Well, whatever happened. But I want to get back to this thing. We got a couple minutes left. IntellectualRadio.com, 708-223-8935, or let me get a couple questions from you.
Alex English, Kiki Van, and Kelly Chapuke.
What about that?
They just named them like small forward.
But what they supposed to be?
They were saying
what they say top. They all right.
Alex English. Kelly,
listen, they all could play.
They all could play. But
come on, man. Come on,
Big Mark.
Who was that saying that? Did he watch basketball?
This is
I'm not taking anything away from them. They all could play. They were very good players. But when you come down to it, man, you got to, say what's real, man. Come on. When it come down to the playoffs and
you talking about an old school guy right here.
No, but when it comes down to taking them on your shoulder and getting them where it want to go in the playoffs, tell me which one of them ever did it.
I know Kelly Chapuka. I ain't betting on Kelly Chapuka. But
Kelly Alex Chapuka, was good and Kiki was good. But did they? But what I'm saying is that, can you take your team and say, listen, come ride with me? Neither one of them could do that. So they're great players, but neither one of them could do that. They could score, they could do those things, but which one could say, come ride with me? Like you say, the Houston team, Elijah Wan say, come ride with me.
Man,
Larry Bird say, come ride with me.
How tall was Akeem for real, though?
I don't know. He
didn't look that tall, though, right?
Elijah Wan. It don't matter how tall he was. Elijah Wan. I don't care how tall he was. At this time we got, like I say, IntellectualRadio.com. Here I am. Total Life Changes. Please come
your boy
and inbox me so I can get any information to you. Or you know what? You guys are so savvy. I can't get away from you. No way. Yeah, somehow you know how to get to me. So get to me, and I will introduce you to the product. Like I say, I've lost I guess close to 70, 80 pounds doing it.
Mark, you look great, man. But I tell you what, man, seeing Mark around town doing your thing with the people, man, we need this right here. Man, this is a breath of fresh air, though, big dog. For real, man. I know you don't
ain't nobody going to touch the people like I touch the people.
That's I'm going in and touch. Man, we need this, man.
Listen.
Chicago needs this right now.
Listen, let me tell you.
I just want you to know that, man.
But I want you guys to help me. I will be and all those things. Last thing I want to touch on is that I keep getting this thing about trash talking. It's just going to be real simple. And I'm going to leave the show with this real simple. Is that trash talking is done by the inferior player. Let me say it again. Trash talking is done by the inferior player, and I'm going to back it up with this. I played Larry head on head 100 times. We talked about you holding me, quit doing that. But when you can ball, two ballers, they don't have time to trash talk. I'm worried about the next play, how I can get off this screen, what I can do, how I can get away from you. I'm worried about that. I might say as much, quit holding me, but Jordan, when you catch my teammate, Joe Dumars, battled, you had never heard about them trash talking because there was too much respect for top line ball players. When you talk about Moses Malone playing against somebody, when you talk about
Moses,
he wasn't talking trash. You ain't talking no trash.
I'm so glad when he went to Philly and helped Doc win it, man.
You talk about Kobe. When Kobe played the top player,
he focused.
It ain't got time for no trash talking. We talk about Reggie Miller, who supposed to be trash talk. When Reggie matched up against Jordan, they might have gotten to tussles, but that's a different thing. But you didn't see no back and forth.
Right.
They battled. So what I'm telling you is that player that's inferior usually starts to trash talk and try to throw you off your game. But when that inferior player runs into the real deal, his mouth stops. He don't want that. He don't want to piss that guy off. You don't want to piss him off. You don't want to piss him off.
Do not wake up a sleeping giant.
Don't wake the giant. Don't think about waking the giant. Hey guys, listen. I'm gonna drop it from there, but all I really want to say is that I'm on your stuff all week, and I am really
Andrew Tony
trying to make a difference in everything you're saying. We communicate a lot. I'm going to be dropping my shows off a little earlier to everybody, and also I got a fan page now. All of my Facebook filled up a long time ago, so you got to look for my fan page and friend me there, and I can continue to roll with you that way. And please join us next Sunday.
Your cousin said something right here before we get off.
IntellectualRadio.com.
Derek Strickland, real quick. He said, Derek Strickland said, when Kobe hit 80 against Jalen Rose said that he didn't trash talk none that game.
How are you going to trash talk?
And you got 81.
Yeah, 80. 80. What are you going to say? You can't get 82. What are you going to say? You know, what are you going to say?
Nasty.
But respect is respect, man. And, I'm bringing it to you real. IntellectualRadio.com. Remember my sponsor,
your boy,
TLC.
Robert Bobby Reed.
My boy. Listen, we're going to bring it to you. All right? And I'm going to bring it to you all the time.
Let me ride with the blessed one. I'm blessed, man.
No, man, listen.
Big dog, man.
Listen. I am just a down there brother. And y'all know because I'm on there with you. I'm not just posting videos. I'm listening to what you say. I'm answering back. I'm doing this. And it means a lot to me. You know, it really means a lot to me. I don't want you to think it doesn't, because I think a lot of people forget the fact that you have to be personal with people. And there's a lot of you, but I am doing the best I can, and I don't have nobody in the back answering my questions. Nobody's answering my, and when you get it, it's coming from me. Intellectual Radio, baby. I got you. All right.
With no place to call home, I'll be your refuge. Just hold on. Times get hard. Just push through. Breathe in. It ain't over till you reach the end. Da 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 da. Release your cares to the world. Da 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 da.